Right, so I'm here with Paul Fairbrother from WaterForce. Paul, we're at the Lincoln University Research Farm. Why are we here?
We've just recently completed an effluent system upgrade. So an existing effluent pond that they had, we've upgraded that to 1 million litres. We're making it hopefully a bit more usable and flexibility with the system, and hopefully it's going to help peter out the farmer that we'll meet later on, and there's a bit of science in behind it too.
I think you're underselling it quite a bit, mate. Let's get into the details on this, shall we?
Yeah, we should.
Dan McLaughlin, you're the design engineer from WaterForce. We're standing by the effluent system. Just tell me, because this looks highly technical, quite specific.
There's a lot of nasties that come off the yard. Our first step is just a stone trap here, which catches sort of the large rocks, gravel, kind of. You end up with a bit of a crust here, which filters it through. It then flows over into what we call our primary sump, stirred up there and fired through the rotary drum, drops out into this heap. From here, we've only got a wee small transfer pump. There's not a massive volume, maybe 30,000 litres we keep here, and as it fills up, it'll then get automatically pumped out to the main storage pond, which is where we do our infield irrigation from.
So as far as WaterForce is concerned, you guys are here. This is quite a sophisticated system.
Yeah, the farm come to us with a problem, and it's sort of our job to size the equipment, find out what can be used from the existing stuff, set that up, put it all together, test it, work out the bugs, and kind of look after it once it's all up and running.
Hey Dan, so we're out at the pond. This is the pump, right? This is how we send it out to the pivots?
Yep, yeah, so we've got a shore mounted pump, got a screen floating out there in the effluent and then we're just pulling through here and sending out to one of the 3 pivots, which are controlled here. Everything's metered, then dialed up from inside.
When it comes to the pivot itself, does it go through the actual nozzles of the pivot, or is it underhung?
No, so we're using the underslung lines here primarily because it gives them a lot more flexibility around shoulder season. So times like now when we're not irrigating, we can still be running effluent. Better protects the well water that we're pumping through the pivots. We don't have to have those 2 systems mixing or any risk to groundwater. So just a lot more flexible and easier to service. One can work without the other. It used to take 22 kilowatt pump to pump out half of what this will do with 15 now. So because we're running finer effluent, we can use tighter impellers, and so we're getting more efficiency out of the energy we're using here as well.
Now that's all part of sustainability, right? We need to be using less electricity. We want to make our farms more sustainable.
Yeah, demand for electricity is going up, prices are going up, and so we're trying to reduce the power consumption on this farm, and this is just one way to do it.
Pete Hancock, you're the farm manager here at the Lincoln University Demonstration Farm. We're looking at the pond here. How many litres does this hold?
1 million litres here, yes. So idea is, like, if we need storage, we've got it for hopefully up to 30 days. But the idea of having a storage pond is to mostly have it empty, so if you do need storage, you've got storage.
What difference does it make for you to have this?
Yeah, no, this is good because this allows us to apply it when we need to, when we want to, not when we have to, so we aren't under so much pressure, and it gives us opportunities to put a whole lot out at once, and then or just small amounts. Yeah.
And I guess having the ability to have 3 different pivots, you can work your cow rotation around that?
Yes, no, we can. So if cows are grazing on the south block, we can apply effluent to the north block and keep it away from when cows are about to graze. So we generally like to keep it away about a week before the cows graze the paddock. We wouldn't put effluent on.
So this is a liquid, it goes through the separator and we get the solids. What happens to that?
Yeah, so the solids are still full of nutrients, and they'll get applied probably once a year or twice a year, and we'll just probably target paddocks that are going to be cultivated for putting in crops or new grass. So,
what about the cows? How much time between an application before you can graze the paddock?
It's generally about 7 days before we graze, 7 to 10 days. We try and keep them off it. With the separator now, it won't be as strong going on, so, and the lower application, it won't be as strong, so that should be even better.
And for you as a farm manager, how big a deal is it?
Oh, it's great. Just the automation of it, so being able to set it up on my phone and then...
The old app?
Yeah, so that works really well, and I can put it on any of the 3 irrigators and also any of the paddocks and exclude paddocks, so I can do it like I did it from home this morning.
Keith Cameron, Professor of Soil Science for Lincoln University. Obviously you've had a lot to do with setting this system up. What are we looking at here? What difference does this make?
The effluent that's stored in this pond is valuable. Lincoln Dairy Farm milks 555 cows. The effluent from those cows is worth about $13,000 in terms of fertiliser replacement. So what we want to do is to make the most of those nutrients, spread them as far and wide as we can on the farm so that the plants get the recycled nutrients back to where they came from. This pond allows us to ensure that we apply the effluent at the right time, in the right amount, so that the plants benefit without causing any problems for the environment.
Is there any difference for the soil in putting applications on of natural nutrients as opposed to maybe artificial nutrients? Does that make any difference?
It's the combination of the two that it seems to be the best winner. And so by spreading this out as a base loading of effluent and then putting fertiliser on top, we stimulate the soil microbes, we stimulate the plant growth, and we get the pasture production that we need to feed these cows.
Paul, pretty amazing technology here, mate. Really looking forward to seeing the eco-pond system up and running. But in the meantime, the amount of technology and the system you guys have developed here, you must be pretty proud of.
We are, yeah. This is a system we're proud of. Dan's put a huge effort in, worked closely with the team here to get what they want, and yeah, there's going to be an add-on that we've talked about that will improve the system more. And but right now, the system's up and running and working, and we're already seeing good improvements.
It's amazing, isn't it? You think you've got it right, or you think you've got one bit done, and then all of a sudden you can add more. But scalability, though, farmers love that.
That's right, and this is something that we can put around a lot of dairy farms throughout New Zealand, and hopefully we'll see the improvements across, you know, soil management and effluent systems throughout New Zealand.
All right, good to talk, mate. We'll talk to you again.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks.
Cheers.